Friends, tonight is going to be a little bit different than my typical videos. Not just because I wore a suit today for probably the first time in 3 years, maybe. Life is starting to get back to normal, quote unquote normal, pre-pandemic normal, right as I uproot and turn my life upside down. Life is getting back to normal. So I'm just going to reflect on what I'm feeling, thinking, the emotion I'm having tonight. You may even see me cry. I don't think so, but it's possible. I have just returned from what they're calling this year the Grand Old Gala for the Tarrant County Republican Party. This is the biggest fundraiser of the year for that party. And out of the last 21 years, my photography company has photographed 18 of those years. I think about 15 of them under the same chairman of the event, not the chairman of the party. But most of the chairmen of the party have been in favor of me photographing that event. But then a new chairman took over the event, and I believe her daughter was a photographer, not a political event photographer, not a photographer that knows every elected official in the state of Texas by name, and they all know me by name, but just a photographer. So she replaced me. Not that there's any hard feelings, but yeah, it was kind of a blow to lose that, my longest term, first ever paying client in my private photography company. Now you might ask, how does my photography company, why am I bringing up my photography company on my YouTube channel that is about unconventional healthy living strategies and basically the keto and carnivore diet? Well, if it hadn't been for that photography channel or photography business, this channel would never have existed. This is kind of the legacy of that photography business, which was basically on life support during the pandemic because there were no political events. I mean, there were some, but they weren't large like the one tonight, which was a sellout. And I got a call, or text, I should say, Monday night to see if I was available. And we negotiated back and forth on what my fee would be. So I actually photographed 2 events today. I did the engagement photos for the friend that I'm going to do the wedding in April today out at a place called the Botanical Gardens of Fort Worth. That has changed a lot since the last time I'm there, and it's partly the fault of, it is the fault of our city government. They have made it a fee access place, and they've made it very difficult to get around. That's neither here nor there in this channel. But I did run into the former mayor tonight, who is running for the judge of this county. And she, of course, said she would miss me. And that's where this video is going. I have very mixed emotions at this point. I am, 5 days? Let's see, what is today? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Wednesday. 5 days, 5 more nights in this apartment. If I'm praying that the winter storm that's supposed to arrive Wednesday stays to the west or goes to the north so that the movers are not affected Thursday morning, because maintenance was really bad here. On the last storm, they didn't clean the sidewalks for about 5 days, and I'm not going to have volunteer movers. Assume volunteer because they're part of a charity. They probably aren't getting paid a whole lot. I'm not going to have them slipping and falling on ice to get my furniture out of here. But I have to be out, I think, by Saturday, maybe it's Sunday. I'd have to look up. I think Sunday is the day my lease actually ends, but there's nobody in the office on Sunday, so the walkthrough couldn't occur. But I guess if I am stuck here because of a storm until Sunday, so be it. But anyway, I got a lot going on right now. I'm packing up. I hope to be out of here in 5 nights. 5 more nights in this apartment, and I'm pretty well packed up. Now, a lady is coming over to help me clean the kitchen and the bathroom tomorrow in preparation for the walkthrough Thursday morning. And so I didn't really care if I had this event to shoot tonight or not. I knew I already had the engagement photos, which got moved from last week. And I'm already 5 minutes in, and I haven't even gotten to my emotions I was having driving home. I have owned and run this photography company since 2003. So next year will be 20 years, and I'm sure I will still be doing some photography next year. I hope, well, this particular organization that hired me, the Tarrant County Republican Party, has said that they will continue to use me. I don't think they realize I'm moving out of state, but that's all right. I can always come back if I'm being paid. But that's kind of what I want to talk about. Is I've been doing the photography for this organization for almost 21 years. 21 years, but with a little bit of an interruption for the last 3. Even though some of the political people, I photographed almost every judge, every mayor, county judge, county, what do you call them, county commissioners, all the way up to the state. In fact, I just put a profile picture on my Facebook page of a former Supreme Court justice who is running for Attorney General in Texas, a friend of mine from many of these past events. But I was almost overwhelmed at the event by how many people are going to miss me as I move, but they understand I'm moving to be closer to my parents, and they support me in that. So I'm having a little bit of mixed emotions. I've already had a little bit of buyer's remorse, but I think getting this event helped by God telling me, you know, you'll be back temporarily, you'll be back probably permanently at some point in life. It won't be immediately. It may be 3, 4, 5 years down the road. But I did, and nothing I'm going to say is new. You know, I've had people offer me a place to stay, at least temporarily. That's been on the books for years. I told a friend that they had me come down to their ranch, which is it was a third home, I think, at the time, but now it's a second home. They sold the one in another state. That I was welcome anytime. I said, I want to come back for one of those holiday meals. She had me and a former roommate down at Thanksgiving, and oh boy, goodness, has one of those old, like Pioneer Woman stoves. I think Pioneer Woman has one like it, but an old historic kind of gas stove, and boy, she made a wonderful meal. And I know I'll have good meals with my family on the holidays, but that was, since I wasn't home, that I think I went home, I might have just gotten home and come back, and she had Thanksgiving like a day or a week later or something, so invited me and this new roommate down there. He enjoyed it too. It was a really wonderful meal. So you're welcome anytime. Just come back. We got the ranch. We got the barn dominium, which I have stayed in at one point. And that just warmed my heart. You know, that's a couple I will miss. I will miss everybody, but some a little more than others because I've been a little bit closer to them than others. But so many judges, I guess almost all the elected officials there tonight. Well, they weren't all judges. They were also state senators, state representatives. There was 2 congressmen. Well, I guess 3. One's a lady, but they call them congressmen in this country, or congresspersons, or whatever they are, members of Congress. And my own called me by name, which really surprised me. Even though I've known her for like 12 or 15 years, she rarely calls me by name, but I guess I've photographed her enough now that she remembers it, or at least acknowledged me. I don't remember if she called me by name, but she said hello, which she didn't used to even do that, so that kind of surprised me. And then the lieutenant governor was there, and he gave a talk about how a few teachers, a few professors are trying to tell the state to go jump in a lake. The lady, my new future landlord, is a professor at a state university. So I'd sent him his press conference, the lieutenant governor's press conference last night, and she watched it. She said, oh yeah, I agree with him. And then I was telling him this, and he gave me what I would normally call a challenge. I won't even hold it up. I have it in my pocket here. It's a little, well, I will hold up. It's a little thing of the Alamo with his information on the back. I will cherish that, even though I don't need anything else to move. I do have a very small collection of challenge coins from politicians and government officials. Well, politicians are government officials, and police departments, because that's something that police departments do, and I have maybe 6, so I'll add this to it. They don't take up a lot of space on the move. I think he told me to give it to the professor. But he also had some beautiful lapel pins that had a cross in the middle and a Texas flag on one side and an American flag on the other. And what I really came to understand, I'm not sure I understand it yet, but I thought about it a lot on the drive home, is the wonderful life I have lived here for 24 years in this wonderful state of Texas. It truly is God's country, even though I thought Virginia and West Virginia were God's country when I moved down here. And they are to some extent. They're very beautiful. Everybody here says, oh, Virginia's beautiful. I want to go. And it does have the history of this country, so I appreciate that. You can see I've already taken down the wall hangings that I had, and all I have is a calendar left there now. But for just a guy that owns a sole proprietorship photography company, you wouldn't think I would know the lieutenant governor, the attorney general, all the Texas Supreme Court justices. I think it's all. A couple I've known have retired, and I'm pretty sure I've met. But then presidents of the Texas Federation of Republican Women, a past and a present, the past and the current one, yeah, that's present, were there tonight. They both know me. They both give me hugs, you know. Judges, presidents of Republican clubs, all wishing me well. It just kind of took a minute to sink in, you know, just how much I'm loved here. And change is always difficult. You know, you don't make a change unless you think you're doing the right thing and you think you're doing what's best for you. And I still do think that. I think it's important. I don't know why, but I think it's important to be up near my parents at this season of their life and this season of my life. I'm at a position in my life where I can economically afford to move about the country. But I was a friend I had taken a trip with several years ago was there, and I took some pictures of her. It's nice to reconnect with her. It's nice, you know, when they contacted me about the event tonight. I didn't tell them, but as I texted a few friends, I said, this is liable to be the most expensive going away party I've ever had thrown for me. Because I was going to look at it as I got some Diet Mountain Dew on the way home because I was a little bit parched, even though I had plenty of water at the event. I'm not as tired after this event as I have been at some in the past, but of course I didn't have to set up lights and backgrounds and all. Some of you may have seen me and the boys, the stiffs of some of the past presidents. And that was a challenge because they were cardboard cutouts, and they had those ceiling lights, you know, that point down, so they were a little bit reflective, glary in some of the pictures I took. I haven't even bothered to load up the photography computer yet and transfer them over. That thing takes forever to start up. I may not even turn it on until I get to my friends on Thursday night. In the past, I'd run home, I'd edit the pictures that night, you know, stay up half the night, but not anymore, because that's not the top priority anymore. But as I was driving home, I was having all these emotions. Oh, I'm going to miss these people. Oh, I'm going to miss these events. Oh my gosh, I have such a good life here. I don't have a good life because I'm special or because I am blessed, that's for sure. But the reason I think I'm blessed is because I always try to listen and do what God wants me to do. And I think he does want me to move back to Virginia. I don't know who I'm going to meet or who's going to meet me that's going to have the biggest impact. And it may just be having an impact through this channel. I don't know. But I'm definitely going to have to come back here because I really am going to miss all the people. I mean, I didn't know everybody tonight, which was unusual. But I've been out of it. I mean, the world has been shut down for 2 years and new people have become involved. Enough people are still involved to know that they want me, and dozens told the event coordinators tonight, we love Chip, we want him back, you know. So I think I will hear from them again, which will kind of allow me to live life like my landlord does. She's got a job here. She's got houses on the East Coast. Mine might be opposite. I'll have a job on the East Coast and I'll have jobs here. So I'll be coming back and forth. So that makes it easier to push forward with a decision that I feel is right, but it has some room for interpretation. And I wouldn't even say that if I got the right offer, I wouldn't be back a lot quicker than I'm planning to be. Let's just say I'm not 100% certain that Virginia is where I'm going to put down deep roots. I may have deep roots in Virginia. I already have deep roots in Virginia, but it doesn't mean I'm going to be like a tree stationary there. I may be more like a leaf that blows back to Texas and then gets blown back to Virginia once in a while, because it is going to be hard to leave here. When you've been involved in politics in a state this size for over 20 years, you don't just break it off overnight. I guess I have to decide where I'm going to actually be a resident slash citizen slash registered voter, but I don't have to decide tonight. And I didn't do a heck of a good job about my emotions, but since I had this shirt and tie on, this is a nice shirt that my friend from the police department gave me for Christmas or maybe my birthday. But anyway, she gave great gifts. A good friend, love her to death, and miss her very badly. Not enough to go back to work at the PD. In fact, I heard just the other day, my throat again. I heard just the other day that not only have they not replaced my position, they haven't replaced the position of the lady that got promoted before I left. And another lady has retired and another lady has left, turned in her notice and left. So that's 4 positions out of 10 that they are missing now because they were not cooperative when I asked for time off. And now I'm moving. I have the option to go back, I think up to a year and still keep my seniority. I don't see that happening. That would make it till October of this year. I guess I'll see how things go in Virginia, but I don't really need to go back. And I started down the line that I'm blessed because of listening to God, and I think that will stay the same. I'm not blessed because I'm smart. I'm not blessed because I'm attractive or cute or do things unethically. I'm blessed because God wants me to be blessed. And I believe He will continue to bless me by being faithful. Maybe that's why I'm blessed, because I'm faithful. I do what He tells me to do, or do what I think He tells me to do in the best way that I know how. So in order to continue that, I am moving to Virginia as scheduled. And I believe that the snowstorm is going to not delay me getting out of here. It may delay me getting to Branson, but that's all right too. If I'm a day late, it's not the end of the world. I'm going to be there 3 weeks, and it's only a little bitty town. I've already seen most of it. I doubt there's a whole lot new. There are some things I'd like to do again. But just know that's my struggle this week. That's one reason I haven't made a lot of videos, is because I've been so focused on moving forward. I will make more videos probably not this week. I didn't even expect to make this one, but by the time I get settled in the condo in Branson that I'll be in for 3 weeks, a rental condo. Everything from here forward in my life will probably be rentals until the housing market crashes, and then maybe I'll buy something if I can figure out where I want to buy it. But thank you. Having friends all over the world makes this much easier. But know that I guess what I'm trying to say is my heart will always be in Texas, even if my body may be in Virginia or wherever it ends up. I may be in a foreign country here in a year or two. We'll see. But know that I'm struggling with this departure. Tonight was very good. I often feel awfully blessed when I come home from one of these events, not because I'm the paid photographer, even though that helps that I'm paid to go to them, but just because people want me there, they appreciate my work, they like my work ethic, and they want me to be there. because of me being me. And if you're one of those people, thank you very much and know that I love you. God bless. Bye bye.